Hi everyone. A few tips here on how to work with your line spacing in Word. I don't know about you, but I have had some infuriating moments when I've tried to make my document look one way and Word doesn't seem to want to cooperate. So when you're writing your resume, you want your individual paragraphs. So for example, your header section and then your bullets under professional highlights to be pretty much single spaced, as well as, for example, these key information points in your education. You want those single spaced traditionally. So what you would do normally is highlight everything, go up here under your home menu to your spacing, your line spacing icon. Click on the drop down and you want to click single spacing because that is what you are looking for. But when you do that, you see that nothing changes. So instead of the single spacing, it's not that's the issue. It's actually that there is a space in between the paragraphs. So again, if you highlight all and go to the same icon, you'll see down at the bottom here that there is a space in between the paragraphs. So if you remove that, then things are spaced much more tightly together. Now, you maybe don't want them quite this tight. So you have some options. You can either put your cursor at the end of your section heading and hit enter. That adds that nice double space underneath each heading. Or if you wanted these individual bullets a little farther apart, you highlight them, go back into the same icon, and click on line spacing options. Here, you can specify how much space you want in between each line. And so, for example, if we increased this from 0 to, 8, 6 or 8, let's say, 12 might be a bit much. Let's say 8. And click OK. Then it spaces it out more. Now again, that's maybe a bit too much. It depends on how much space you're looking to use and how much space you're trying to save. If we go back into line spacing options and decrease that to maybe 6 point, that isn't quite double spaced, but it does add a little bit of space in between the bullets. And again, it depends on how much space you have and how much space you're trying to fill. Same here under Centennial College. If we wanted these lines spaced out a little bit more, we would go up here into line spacing options. Here you see there is 0 in between the lines or after each line. You could increase that to 6. You could even make it 4, which would be obviously less, but which would space it out a little bit without making it fully double spaced. So it's up to you, play around with it. As a guideline, always keep the individual paragraphs and bullet points closer together, and then make sure that you leave a lot of double spaces or big gaps in between the headings and each individual paragraph.